Good morning, Grizzly. Today is Wednesday, November 2nd. My name is Georgina Mendoza.
And I'm Remy Chan.
Here what's going on at Central High School today.
Seniors, today is the last day to take your yearbook pictures. Pictures will be taken in this following order. Period 1, A to C. Period 2, D to L. Period 3, M to R. And Period 4, S to Z. Step up and be part of your school's tradition, history, and legacy.
Attention all AP exam takers. AP exam ordering deadline is November 8th. All AP students need to decide by Friday, November 4th, if they will be taking an AP exam. AP exams will be paid for in person at the finance office or online through the student store. AP exam forms are available in the finance office. Stop by the finance office for more information.
Hey Grizzlies, Mr. Holterman here. I want to say thank you to those of you that came on Saturday to our centennial celebration. It was amazing. Alumni from back as far as 1943. An amazing time. And students, thank you for helping. We still have some gear left. We have the shirts. Mr. Marshall and leadership is selling these shirts, $15. Fantastic. We also have these. I don't know how many of these we have left, but these are our centennial coin, and they're $10 a piece, which they're cool. They're super cool. And then we have our crest, which is a little pin that you can put on your lapel. These are $5 each. So what you want to do is you want to buy them before they're gone.
Club news! There is a photo club meeting in the library Thursday at lunch this week. Avid Club has a very important meeting for all its members this Thursday, November 3rd in room 23. In a rec meeting this Thursday, November 3rd in room 65 at lunch, we will be discussing club t-shirts, spring field trips, and kicking off our next fundraisers. NAMI Social Hour is open every week on Tuesdays and Thursdays during lunch. It is held in room 48.
In senior news, let's get our Central High School seniors to grad night by supporting them in a breakfast buffet this Saturday for $10 from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. at Applebee's, 3604 West Shaw Avenue. Get your tickets from Miss Harley in room 19 or reserve your tickets today by emailing Miss Harley at mharley@centralusd.k12.ca.us. Pancakes this Saturday.
Career Center News.
Following Career Center News on Instagram at centralhs_college career. The CSU and the UC application deadline is November 30th. Applications will be available on Wednesday, November 9th in the Career Center from 9 to 1:30. An evening with Fresno State. All Central High students are invited to come learn more about the Fresno State programs, the application process, and the financial aid on Wednesday, November 9th at Central East High School from 6 to 8 p.m. A light dinner will be provided and childcare is available for families with young children. Sign up at bit.ly/CSUD Fresno State. See the website for more info.
High school enrichment intention sophomores and juniors, seniors with a 3.0 GPA and interested in taking a college class next semester. There is an information meeting on Thursday, November 10 in the Career Center. You must sign up in advance to hold your spot. Space is limited. Sign up at bit.ly/spring23HSE or go to the College and Career page on our website and click on the High School Enrichment tab.
Ag news: if you are interested in participating in the West Fresno Madera section opening and closing competition, start putting together a team of 6 people and then talk to an ag teacher.
Grade hand and chapter degree applications are available now. Check the FFA Google Classroom to see if you meet the qualifications. Both applications are due November 11th.
Are you interested in showing a market steer at the 2023 Fresno Fair? There is a mandatory meeting on Wednesday, November 2nd. The meeting starts 10 minutes after lunch in Ag 2.
Grand Hand Officer applications are available now. They are open to all freshman FFA members. They are due by Tuesday, November 8th by 5 p.m. The interviews will be on Thursday, November 10th, starting at 3:45 p.m.
Made for Excellence and Advanced Leadership Academy permission slips are available now. The event is open to sophomores, juniors, and seniors. There are only 14 spots available. It takes place from February 17th to the 18th. There is a $100 deposit with an approximate total cost of $175. See an ag teacher for more information.
There is an FFA pancake breakfast on Sunday, December 4th from 7:30 to 11 a.m. It is $10 per person with children under 5 eating free. Breakfast will be eggs, sausages, and your choice of milk, juice, or coffee, and all the pancakes you care to eat. There will also be a holiday-themed silent auction. Contact an ag teacher for more information about the tickets. Attention Creed speakers and job interview contestants. If you are interested in competing in the Creed speaking, freshman only, or job interview contestants, any grade, join us 10 minutes after the start of lunch in room 40 on Wednesday, November 9th. Attending the meeting does not commit you to the competition, so if you are still deciding whether one of these contests is for you, come to the meeting so you can be informed. Hope to see you there.
Sports news. If you are wanting to play winter sports such as wrestling, soccer, and basketball, go to the Central East website and check with the coaches or athletic department for practice and eligibility details.
You can also check with Mr. Byer in room 11. You must have a 2.0 GPA and not on the non-privileged list. Have a physical and fill out the online sport packet.
One thing that's so inspiring about today's youth is their desire to change the world. Sometimes our ideas are so big, we don't know where to start. Even the first step can seem so intimidating. When I was in high school, I was the same way. I had all these massive ideas and big things that I was gonna do to leave my impact on this world, but I didn't know where to start. You know, my senior year of high school, I really wanted to do something incredible, but I just didn't know how. I didn't know where to start. You know, I came to school every morning at 6 o'clock to play basketball. But one morning, walking through the halls on my way to the gym, I walked past the freshman hallway. I looked over and I just saw something I hadn't seen before. There was this little freshman kid just sitting there in the halls, hanging out by himself. You know, and as I walked past him, I looked at this kid and I realized I knew who he was. It was this kid from our town named Calvin. And Calvin was just different. He had a different home life than most of us. You know, he didn't have the most money. He was one of those kind of troubled kids in a small town, and I knew who he was, and I walked past him, and my first thought when I walked past that kid was, man, like, I would hate to be like that kid. And I just walked by. I grabbed my headphones, I walked back past that kid, walked into the gym. When I got into the gym, I stood there with my basketball, and instead of thinking about, you know, working out, all I could think about was this kid just sitting there in the halls all by himself. I started to think to myself, man, am I really too cool to say hi to this kid? Like, I'm so important that I just have to walk past him. And I honestly got that feeling in my stomach where I just kind of felt pathetic. I felt guilty for just walking by this kid and not saying hello. So I made a commitment right there. I said, this is my first step. This is what I'm gonna do. This kid is gonna be my focus for my senior year of high school. So the next day I got to school and I saw that kid sitting in the halls. I walked up to him, I put my hand out to him, and I just introduced myself and said, hey man, like, sorry I walked past you yesterday, but I'm going to the gym to play ball, you should come with me. And he looked at me and he smiled and he said no. He wanted absolutely nothing to do with me. And I remember being so frustrated that he told me no, that he didn't want to hang out with me. And I did the last thing on the planet I wanted to do, which was go home and ask my mom. You know, it's real humbling sitting your mom down as a 17-year-old boy in high school and trying to explain to her that somebody doesn't want to be your friend and somebody doesn't want to talk to you. And I began to explain who Calvin was and what he was like, and I didn't understand why this kid didn't want to be my friend. And my mom looked at me and she basically explained that I wasn't the kind of person that a lot of people wanted to be around. She told me I was selfish. She told me I was arrogant. She told me I wasn't, you know, that kind of a person. And she basically helped enlighten me to this idea that if I wanted to change the world, I had to change myself first. And it kind of hit me. I was like, this isn't gonna be some easy little fairy tale that happens like that. Like, it's gonna take a lot of work just for me to build this kid's trust. But I didn't give up. He told me no day 2, he told me no day 3, he told me no day 4, and it took a couple weeks of continuing to go back before this kid finally believed enough that I wanted to just be nice to him and I wanted to be his friend. And it was the first time he just finally came to the gym and played basketball with me. And a beautiful friendship formed, and he became a huge part of my senior year. When I look back at my senior year of high school, the most important thing that I did was befriend Calvin. You know, when you're a senior and you're graduating high school, you're cleaning out your locker, you're thinking about, you know, all the things that you've done, but that chapter in your life is closed and you're moving forward. Your last day is a pretty memorable day. And as I was cleaning out my locker, getting ready to leave my school, thinking about the things we'd accomplished, I walked out and my guidance counselor stopped me. She said, Calvin's in the library, he's crying, he's super upset. Can you please grab your teammates and your friends and go talk to him? And you see, I thought somebody'd made fun of him or somebody'd picked on him. But I looked at this kid sitting there, and when I asked him what had happened, he explained to me that he thought because we were leaving, because our senior class was moving on, Calvin thought it was over. He thought he was going to go back to this kid that sat by himself, that didn't have friends and wasn't involved anymore. And the thing that broke my heart so bad that day is Calvin had no idea how special he was to me. He had no clue how important he was to me. You see, I thought I was going to help Calvin. You know, I thought by changing my perspective and helping this Calvin kid, I was going to, make his life better. But what really happened is Calvin changed me. Calvin changed my perspective. He changed my world. Calvin's the reason that when I got out of high school, I went to college and I decided to go into nonprofit work. I started my first nonprofit, helping at-risk youth and kids that were on the fringe because of Calvin. And that first nonprofit grew into a second nonprofit. And the reason that happened is because of Calvin. And you see, now my reach today is in the millions and millions of kids. I have a network of kids all across the world that I get to have an impact on. But the reason those things exist today is because in high school, I helped one kid. This idea of changing the world isn't this massive thing. Changing the world is changing the people around you. You want to feed starving people? There are starving people at your school. You want to help or save the homeless? And there are homeless kids at your school. We have these ideas of wanting to change the world. Well, if you want to change the world, you've got to change your world.
Please stand for the flag salute. Ready, salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Today's weather is sponsored by our football team and their upcoming playoff game against Redwood. Come on out Friday to help them out. Today's a high of 61, a low of 43, passing showers. Have a great day, Grizzlies. The dad riddle of the day. If you know the answer to this riddle, come by room 65. What is full of holes but still holds water?
That's all the news we have for you today, Grizzlies, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at CentralHS_. My name is Remy.
My name is Georgina.
And we will see you later.